Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Kapitel 3 im Grunde genommen von The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, the Third. Das passt ja super. Das dritte Trails in the Sky und das dritte Kapitel. Wir haben in der letzten Folge das letzte Kapitel beendet. Wir waren ja in Grand Cell unterwegs, haben einen neuen Sealing Stone freigeschaltet und haben jetzt das nächste Kapitel direkt vor uns. Deswegen würde ich auch jetzt direkt reinspringen, sonst sehen wir diesen Ladebildschirm und das ist halt einfach nicht spannend. Also ab geht das. Ja. Und, ach genau, das wird jetzt wahrscheinlich wieder so sein, dass wir auch hier wieder I'm so sorry, Kevin. I failed as your mother. Dass wir jetzt wieder But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. At least this way the two of us can. Ja. So, jetzt kann ich kurz sagen, was ich sagen wollte. Nach jedem Kapitel werden wir ein bisschen mehr aus Kevins Vergangenheit erfahren und ihr werdet merken, dass nach und nach diese Vergangenheit auch immer wichtiger wird und uns den Hintergrund liefert, den wir in Second Chapter, also nicht im Kapitel 2 von diesem Spiel, sondern wirklich in Trails in the Sky Second Chapter im zweiten Spiel, vermisst haben, als er einfach radikal Weißmann weggeballert hat. Das ist ja wirklich ein Moment gewesen, den ich mit am eindrucksvollsten fand. Und ich finde, ich bin nicht der größte Fan von The Third, das sage ich fast jede Folge, es tut mir auch ein bisschen leid, aber ich finde gerade diese Story-Komponente und diese Hintergründe löst es bravourös. Und Kevins Hintergrundgeschichte ist eine der spannendsten, ja nicht der spannendsten, aber eine sehr gute und sehr befriedigende, je mehr man davon erfährt. Ren ist noch viel besser. So, weiter geht's. Mehr zu Kevins Hintergrundgeschichte. That dream again? How long is it going to take before it goes away? It had to happen on Rufina's big day too. I was hoping I'd be able to stop worrying her when I get older, but at this rate, I'm sure she's plenty used to you worrying her already. Oh, it's you, Reese. Don't scare me like that. How long have you been in here? For a while. We're supposed to be cleaning the chapel today, but you weren't getting up, so I came to check on you. You seem to be having a nightmare, though, so I thought I'd wake you. Oh, okay. Sorry, Reese, I was being in pain for you again, wasn't I? No more than usual. You've been a loser since the day I met you. I don't expect that to change anytime soon. Ouch, kick a guy while he's down, why don't you? Well, whatever, we don't want to be late for breakfast on Rufina's big day. So let's go and get this done. Alright. Man merkt, die Beziehung Reese-Kevin war von Anfang an jetzt nicht so die beste, um es mal gelinde zu sagen. Rufina? Oh. Good morning, you two. I wasn't expecting to see you here this early. Are you on cleaning duty today? Yes, but what are you doing up so early? You've got a long journey ahead of you. You need plenty of sleep, or you're gonna be exhausted before you even get there. I mean, isn't Arteria ages away from here? Well, yes, but I won't be able to offer my prayers to Aegis here again for quite some time. So I decided to get up early and pray for all the days I'm going to be missing too. Seriously? That's why? That's very you. Are you really going to be that busy though? I thought you might be able to come home from time to time at least. I wish I could say otherwise, but I probably will. I've only just become a squire, so there'll be plenty of work in store for me. I'll be lucky to find some time to sleep, never mind come home. I might be able to squeeze some time into my schedule once I've got the hang of the workload, but until then... Okay, and that's why you've got to sleep now while you still can. Come on, you've done enough praying for one day, so go back to bed until breakfast or something. You're so cold to me. What? How? I thought you'd want to make the most of the time you've got left with me, but it's like you don't even want me here. Did I do a bad job at raising you? I never said I didn't want you here, and you might have done a lot for me, but raising me is a stretch. It's okay, he's just embarrassed. He's actually more than happy to talk to you, he's just terrible at showing it. Oh, get over yourself. Übrigens sehr schöne kleine, in Anführungsstrichen Animation, ist ja eher so Gesichtsaustausch so. Is that so now? I should have known you're such a typical boy, Kevin. They all act indifferent to avoid letting their loved ones know just how much they care. And don't forget, he's at the rebellious age too. How have I managed to survive being twisted around your fingers for so long? Is trying to toy with the hearts of innocent young boys a family thing or what? Oh, I'd hardly say young. It's been about 5 years by now, you know. Oh, speaking of which, I think I'm starting to get a craving for some chocolate. Maybe I should pick some up on the way to the station. Coincidental, of course, for obvious reasons. Oh, their new mint chocolate's my current favorite. The fresh aftertaste mixes in with the chocolate's flavor really well. I'll admit that does sound tempting, but I think I'm more in the mood for the classic milk this time. That flavor will always be a fond little trip down memory lane for me. Because of how we met? Kevin, you're disgusting. Why? I think we all get that warm and fuzzy feeling when we look back on it. After all, the day you came to live with us, Kevin, was the start of many, many new and wonderful memories. I treasure every single one I've made during this 5 years. They're all priceless to me. Then why did you decide to become a squire and leave us? Just doesn't seem like the right job for you. Even if you wanted to be in the church, couldn't you have become a sister at the chapel in town or something? I'm sorry, Kevin. Apparently I've just got the aptitude for it, or so I've been told. I feel like the best thing I can do is make use of that and try to help people in the best way I can. Of course, there's always the chance I won't be cut out for it at all and will have to come home and we lesen manchmal, Leute, lesen. Also manchmal will mein Gehirn die Sätze einfach nicht richtig lesen und ich kann euch nicht sagen, warum. Damit müssen wir jetzt halt alle leben. Ich meine, lesen könnt ihr zu nur doch selber. Und wer hier des Englisch nicht mächtig ist, der wird sowieso die Hälfte nicht verstehen. Oder fast alles. There's no way a girl as naive as you is gonna be any good with the kind of crazy tough stuff you'd have to do. You'd better come straight back home once you've had enough. Really? Well, if it does come to that, I'll be expecting a nice warm welcome from the two of you. And with that, I believe this conversation has done a lovely job with helping you procrastinate cleaning for long enough. Should I lend a hand? If we're going to do the job, we might as well do it perfectly and have the whole chapel sparkling. Eine neue Erinnerung. Also Kevin wurde von Rufina und Reese gefunden als Junge auf der Straße, wurde aufgenommen und hat mit denen gelebt. Offensichtlich mindestens 5 Jahre lang, bis Rufina dann zur Kirche gegangen ist als, was ist Squire nochmal? Warte, das müsste ich mal wirklich nachgucken. Ich weiß gerade nicht, was das für eine genaue Bezeichnung ist. Squire ist Knappe. Gutsherr Schildknappe? Also, okay. Knappe würde ja passen, wenn es Grals Ritter, ne, der Knappe, der das Schild reicht und das Schwert und so weiter und so fort. Egal, ich schweife schon wieder ab. Wir sind jetzt offiziell in Kapitel 3 angekommen. Golden Road, Silver Road. Oh, daran erinnere ich mich. Das ist ein Dungeon. Das ist wieder jetzt kein Bereich, den wir kennen, der als Dungeon abgewandelt wurde, sondern das ist wirklich ein neuer Dungeon. Er sieht wieder nicht so spektakulär aus, muss man sagen. So. Aber wir haben ja noch den Sealing Stone und es ist ziemlich offensichtlich, wer da drin sein wird, nämlich Kloe. Also wer anders macht gar keinen Sinn. Also, zeige dich uns, Kloe. 2 lights? Ach, 2? I wonder if the other one could be... Ach, der Kleine ist wahrscheinlich einfach Sieg. Ja, Tatsache. What just happened? Julia? Did you not leave for a training exercise on board the Assail? I'm so relieved to see you safe, Your Highness. I see Zeke is with you too. Scotty! Yes, but I'm not quite sure what's going on. What? Long time no see. Hi, Kloe. I sure wasn't expecting to run into you here. What are you all doing here? Oh... It's good to see you again, Kloe. And Zeke too, of course. You two look well. Thank you. I'm not sure what to say. I feel like I should be waking up any moment now, but I'm not sure I even want to. Scree. Ja, und jetzt erzählen wir ihr natürlich alles und dass es eigentlich auch gar kein Traum ist. I see. We found ourselves in quite the predicament, haven't we? I'm relieved to hear that the emptied Gransel you found wasn't the real city at least, but still, unfortunately that doesn't necessarily rule out the real capital being in danger. We're dealing with something that has such great power it can create a flawless replica of a vast city. There's no telling how far its influence could extend. Reese, surely there is no need to worry her so. We have nothing to gain from shying away from the truth. If anything, she's helping me better understand the gravity of the situation we're in. I'd like to help with the investigation if I can. I'm not sure I could do much more than what you're already doing, but I won't drag you down. Scream! But Your Highness... I'm sorry, Julia, but I'm afraid nothing you can say will change my mind. I may not fully understand the situation we're in, but I do know that it threatens the safety of our capital, perhaps the whole nation. I'd be a disgrace as a crown princess if I were to just stand by and do nothing while the people I will one day rule over are threatened. Oh, you're amazing, Kloe. As you wish, Your Highness. Well, welcome to the team. Great, I'll do what I can. So, is our next destination the teleportation circle at the end of the sealed area? Yeah, that should let us travel to the next area. Or by the sounds of it, to the next plane. Yeah, that appears to be the technical name for the various areas that make up the land we're in. It's a concept used in the Septian Church too. Our world is made up of a number of planes or realms situated on top of one another. The top is the sky where the goddess dwells. Below that is the earth where we live. And at the bottom lies Gehenna, where sinners are judged. Those are the main three, but in between them there are countless other planes or realms too. So in other words, the farther down we descend, the less the blessings of the goddess will be able to reach us. Hey, can you not say stuff like that? With all the creepy monsters roaming around, it's freaky enough around here as it is. You sound like a child who's afraid to walk around the house when the lights are off. Although I suppose that does make sense given that you truly are a child. Das frech. I am so not a child. Was soll Tita denn sagen? Anyway, if that fake runs was the second plane, the next one's the third, right? I mean, it sounds obvious, but I'm not sure it's all going in one clear direction or if we might run into a fork of at some point. I think straightforward is a safe enough assumption to make for now. And while we might not know what the Lord of Phantasma wants with us, we know it's nothing good. So even if it's not like that, that doesn't change how ugly this could get. So let's get ready for just about anything. Who knows what's waiting for us up ahead? Something wrong, Reese? If you think you might have figured something out, the rest of the class would love to hear about it. No, it's nothing important. You're right, we should start getting ready to leave. Maybe worth a while to investigate some of the doors we've encountered thus far too. Yeah, I don't know what's up with those things, but there sure are a ton of them. At the very least, they don't seem to have been placed by any of our foes. I'm all in favor of investigating them too. Okay, das bedeutet aber auch, dass wir Kloe jetzt natürlich sofort mitnehmen und entsprechend erstmal ausrüsten müssen. So. Zack. 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 Was haben wir denn noch? Prevent Seal Mute. Machen wir mal. Lebensborn. Ja, okay. Das klingt einfach geil. Das ist eigentlich der einzige Grund, warum ich sage, das brauchen wir. HP Hans-Peter 4. Was mit Mind? Auch 4. EP. Ach, das ist, hier muss es sein. EP3 immerhin. Heal, EP Cut. Oder auch noch ein mehr. Ja, 3 sogar. Shield. Auch 3 und Cast, glaube ich, hatten wir nicht noch was mehr, ne? Ne, genau, gut. Aber dann ist Kloe auf jeden Fall auch gut ausgerüstet. Wir werden jetzt hier auch nicht mehr machen. Das Ding ist, jetzt können wir erstmal durchgucken, welche Türen wir schon haben. Das hat alles geklappt. Moondoor 2. Bring to me the dancer with the silver locks. Die haben wir nicht. Stardoor. Those who have not proved themselves. Ach genau, das ist das mit den 100 Kämpfen. Da können wir ja mal gucken, wo weit wir sind. 60, also noch nicht in der Nähe. Star 3. Bring to me the boy with the eyes of amber and the princess with the indomitable Indomitable Will. So, schwieriges Wort. Das haben wir, Brings Me the Fish, das wird Tell Me the Fists of Steel, das haben wir nicht. Also wir haben noch eine Tür, Star 3, und da gehen wir auch sofort hin. Bedeutet, diese Folge könnte wieder sehr türlastig sein, aber da müssen wir durch. Was ich übrigens auch mag, ist, dass durch diese Türen wir dazu gezwungen werden, ja, man kann sie natürlich sehr schnell wieder austauschen, man kann zu den Türen hingehen, die machen und dann die Figuren wieder auswechseln, aber prinzipiell sorgt das Spiel schon so dafür, dass wir auch mal durchwechseln, weil ich weiß nicht, wie es euch geht, so auch in späteren Teilen habe ich immer so meine Lieblingsfiguren, die anderen lasse ich immer links liegen. Und ich finde es schön, wenn das Spiel mal aktiv versucht, das wie andere Figuren nehmen müssen. Das wird später auch mal ab und zu gemacht, wenn man Teams aufteilt und dann wirklich auch beide spielen muss, aber das ist nicht so oft, wie ich es gerne hätte. Ist ja auch wurscht. So, machen wir weiter. Startür, open, yes. Rein da. War Startür nicht das mit den Minispielen? Oder war das... Ich weiß es nicht mehr. Ich glaube schon. So, auf jeden Fall Star Chamber. Wollen wir mal. I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. Ich glaube, Startüren waren die mit den Minispielen. Mond war einfach so und Sonne war Breaking News übrigens. Und Sonne war Liebe News Special Issue, The Flying City Falls, Liebe safe once more, Glory to the Young Braces who saved us all from crisis. Und die Sonne war, dass man vorher einmal kämpfen muss. So, weitermachen wir. Enigmatic Object Gone in a Flash. Ja, okay, das ist quasi die Zeitung. Costa 2 Arc Tsunami. Oh, nicht schön. What was the Liebe Arc? Recovering from Shutdown, Thoughts. Blah, the clown wasted no time assuming her position in meeting Prince Oliver. Also das ist im Grunde genommen einfach nur noch mal eine Zusammenfassung der letzten Geschehnisse. Wir sind mal wieder in Grand Cell, da waren wir schon lange nicht mehr, letzte Folge erst. Hey, wir können halt nicht Tschüss sagen. What's taking you so long, Dorothy? Get a move on or I'm gonna leave you behind. Sie chillt hart. Wait for me. No time for waiting. If we take much longer, the banquet's going to start without us. We're talking about a big celebration held by the Queen here. Being late isn't an option. But I'm so hungry. I can't walk another step. I have a horrible feeling I know what's going on here. You skipped lunch so you could eat more at the banquet, didn't you? I didn't even eat breakfast. I haven't eaten a thing since yesterday. Going 30 hours without eating is making me feel all kinds of lightheaded. Tja, das ist nicht so klug. What the hell were you thinking? I can't move, carry me. Hell no. Come on, we're going. There's no way we can miss an occasion like this. There's gonna be a hideous knows who many famous people there. First on the agenda is snapping a photo of Her Majesty and the Crown Princess and then... Jetzt zieht sie einfach hinter sich her. Huh? This actually isn't so bad. Ich finde es auch noch gut. Dorothy ist mein Spirit Animal. Einfach nichts zuhören und tun. At one point, this very capital was placed in grave danger und trotzdem in irgendwas die Beste sein. Da sehe ich mich wieder. But thanks to the efforts of everyone here and many others, all is well. Ich finde es schön, dass man all die Charaktere nochmal sieht. This humble banquet is intended to be an occasion to celebrate that fact, as well as to honor all those who contributed to making it a reality. If you would, Claudia? Of course. All those invited to today's party All those invited to today's party contributed in one way or another to protecting the peace of Liebe by ending the peril we were faced with. Whether it was extending a helping hand to those in need or working to fight off the threats that instilled fear in the hearts of our people, as this country's future monarch, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you all very much. Holding this party is nothing compared to all that you have done, but we just made it. We're finally here. Food, someone give me food. The hell are you doing? Eating can wait. You've got pictures to take. The Crown Prince's speech might be finishing soon. Okay. Well, I do hope you will all enjoy your time here all the same. I'm sure you all are busy men and women, burdened by a great many responsibilities and concerns. But today I would ask that you all cast those aside in order to rest, relax and enjoy yourselves. The food on offer here is some of the finest in Liebe, so by all means, partake until you can no more. And may the goddess bless this nation. Ich finde, sein Charakter-Arc ist immer noch super. Ich sage es jedes Mal, wenn ich ihn sehe, aber das ist wirklich so schön gemacht. Kloe really is something else, huh? Not sure I could dress super nice, get up in front of a crowd like this and make a big speech the way she just did. Yeah, she is. She said she wasn't feeling confident about how she'd do as crown princess before. But from where I'm standing, she's doing just fine. Seeing her is making me kinda jealous though. I wish I could pull off fancy dresses the way she does. You got something to say, mister? Oh, it's nothing. You're just not all that girly most of the time, so it always takes me by surprise when you suddenly are. What do you mean I'm not girly? Sure, lately we've been so busy with helping get Liebe back in shape, so I haven't even had time to go back home. But that doesn't mean I don't want to wear a pretty dress or something once in a while, you know. I know. Still, it really is surprising just how much you've grown even in these past few weeks. I have? Well, it's been pretty tough running up and down the country so much, but you've kept up with ease. Your judgments as a bracer are getting more spot on with every decision you make. Fancy dress or not, I think you're a pretty wonderful person, Estelle. Don't know why, but it's weird hearing you pile on the compliments so much. But what can I say? I'm glad that things seem to have finally calmed down a bit on the work front these past few days. The capital might not be entirely the way it was, but it's getting there. I think we can finally afford to take a breather. Yeah. Oh, look. Ist auch Kevin, die Bracer, das Kurt. Look at all that food. Das auch hier der Dude aus Branche, oh Gott, wie heißen der? Elnen, glaube ich. The chefs in the castle supposedly made the entire spread too. There's no way I'm missing out on this. I didn't get to enjoy the food back during the birthday festivities, so now's my time to pick out big time. Yeah, I'm gonna eat until I barf. Stay right here, okay, Joshua? I'm gonna go scope out the goods. Das ist halt Estelle genauso wie Dorothy. Das ist richtig schön. She might have grown in some areas, but she's still got a ways to go in others. Hey look, how you doing, Joshua? Still not here with you? She just went to get food a second ago actually. Are you two here more for work than fun? Bingo, there aren't many occasions where this many famous faces are gathered in one place. There was no way we could pass up the chance to come and score some interviews. Don't think you're getting out of here without answering some questions either. We'll get to you two later. So, no going home until you've spoken to us, alright? Alright. Great, next up is the Crown Princess. Hop to it, Dorothy. I can't go on, I need something to eat. Let me have something to eat. Not until we're done. Questions to ask, photos to take. Ich meine, sie könnte ja so einen Snack nehmen. Why are you so mean? Das ist so schön. Das ist so das ist so der Epilog, den Second Chapter vielleicht noch gebraucht hätte. So dieses Fest, wo alle nochmal zusammenkommen. Aber ich finde den Schlusspunkt nur mit Estelle und Joshua eigentlich auch passender, deswegen geht das schon in Ordnung. So. He's even more fired up today than usual. I wonder how Estelle's doing. Die rastet völlig aus. Natürlich. Mit Josette. So much for scoping out the food. I suppose this is as good a chance as any. I owe a lot to the people here on a personal level too. Maybe I should go around and thank them while I have the chance. Ja, das machen wir doch auch direkt. Wen haben wir hier? Oh, Colonel Richard und Kanonen. You were able to make it, Richard? Thanks to Brigadier General Bright's generosity, yes. I've received an official pardon from Her Majesty for my actions. Probably for foiling the Society's attack on Ransel, right? It's good news, I'm happy for you. I wish I could say the same, but I don't feel as though I deserve to be pardoned at all. Now that the nation is at peace, I feel this is the time I should be facing up to my crimes, not having them swept under the rug. Can't say I don't understand, but still. Please, Joshua, you needn't look so concerned. I have no intention of refusing Her Majesty's kindness or going against her will. I merely feel a strong desire to settle things within myself, and I fully intend on following through. That is all. Alright then. Oh, I wasn't expecting to find you here. Still, thank you very much for your support during the attack on Granza. It really did help us all. Oh please, I only did what I did because it was one of His Excellency's bail conditions. Make no mistake, I wouldn't have helped any of you worthless dregs otherwise. You wouldn't think it would be so hard to accept a thank you. Ja, Kanone ist halt wirklich unter aller Kanone, das muss man auch mal wirklich ganz klar so sagen. So, hier oben ist niemand. Ich finde es immer komisch, wenn man nur eine Figur steuert in den alten Teilen, weil man ja immer so einen Rattenschwanz hat an Leuten, die hinterherlaufen, dann wie so früher bei Snake auf dem Nokia-Handy so eine Linie ziehen. Und ich finde es immer komisch, wenn das fehlt. Oh, Joshua, it's been a long time since I last saw you. It's good to see you again too, Professor. Although, speaking of the last time, I heard there's a plan in motion to pull up the Liebe arc from the lake and investigate it? You heard right. It'll be carried out in conjunction with the Royal Army. That's not to say it'll be easy, of course. Valera's lake's fairly deep, so we can't start hauling up bits of the city all willy-nilly. So we're intending to work on making a map of the lake's bottom using sonar first, which is going to take quite some time as it is. Okay. Oh, richtige Sequenz. So, when are you coming? Hold on, I haven't even... Oh, Joshua. Hey man, making the rounds? Something like that, yeah. Anything interesting going on with you? Sort of. Agatha said he was gonna come over for dinner in Zays a while back, so I was just asking him when he is free. Oh, that's right, so he did. When we were getting off the sail, right? I didn't really mean it though, it was just one of those things you say in passing but don't give much thought to. I ain't exactly swimming in free time, you know, being a brace is busy work. I'd like to go sure, but I've got no idea if I'll actually have the time to do it. But I've been looking forward to you coming ever since. Okay, let me think. Maybe the end of the month, that should be okay. I think that Friday's free, I think. Really? Is that a promise? Yeah, I guess. Das finde ich so schön. Das ist jetzt auch wieder so, dass Tita ja in der ersten Sequenz, wo die Folge so unfassbar lang geworden ist, ja davon berichtet hat, dass sie sich auch schon auf diesen Freitag freuen. Und für sie wird es so, ja, am Freitag kommt dann so richtig selbstverständlich drin. Und jetzt erfahren wir, wie dieser Freitag zustande gekommen ist. Nämlich gar nicht so, ja, sagen wir mal, selbstverständlich, wie Tita die ganze Zeit mit mich tut. So, ja, Freitag haben wir uns verabredet, kommt, ist alles easy und so. Und eigentlich hat Agathe das auch mehr so als Ausweichen genommen. Jetzt müssen wir mal gucken. Shira. Da ist der Vater. Gehen wir erstmal zu den beiden Schnurtelpüpschen. You two look comfortable. Oh, if it isn't Joshua. Care to join us for a few drinks? Don't be shy now. The night is only just beginning, but I want to see those exquisite amber eyes of yours swim before it comes to a close. I'm good, thanks. Oh, come on. We're at a celebratory banquet here. Don't be such a spoil sport. Oh, I know. Why don't we have a few drinks to celebrate you becoming a senior brace at the same time? It feels like it was ages ago, but we never did get to celebrate your promotion. Only Estelle's. Say, Shira, about Luciola. Silly Joshua, what you getting all worried about her for? You really needn't be. Shira's right, especially not now. We all have our concerns and worries after all that happened over the past few weeks and months. But this is not the time to be thinking about them. This is the time to be making merry and drowning in fine drink, from sunset to sunrise. Right. I don't think there's ever a time for not making merry as far as you're concerned. He's got a point though. Oh, and while I've got the chance to say this to you, no more going off on your own, you hear? You have no idea how worried Estelle was about you after you last disappeared. I could barely bring myself to watch her. I won't. I've got no intention of doing anything like that again. I'm fine now. Well, if you say so. That docile expression of yours is so adorable, Joshua. Don't go showing off that face too much tonight, alright? die beiden Turteldäubchen. Wobei, da fehlt ja eigentlich noch eine dritte Person, das Glas zumindest. Wahrscheinlich läuft irgendwo Aina rum und ist auch nur am Saufen oder so. Ich weiß es auch nicht. Wen haben wir hier? Oh, it's you. I've heard you've been lending a hand with the restoration efforts in addition to all you did with the Liebe arc. You have my thanks. You're quite welcome, sir. I wasn't expecting him to thank me. I wonder if something happened. Ja, das kann man so sagen. Und das haben wir auch eigentlich Estelle mit zu verdanken, ne? Greetings, Joshua. I'd like to take this chance to thank you again for all your team did to thwart Ouroboros schemes and return peace to Liebe. The depth of gratitude we owe is beyond measure. Please, you're exaggerating, sir. We might have been the ones who entered the Liebe arc, but we wouldn't have had a chance of success if we were on our own. It was only because of you, Richard, Kurt, and the others fighting on the ground that we were able to succeed. We could certainly say the same of you, though, although it is true that none of us could have brought about peace alone. Still, I've been wanting the chance to thank you personally for all you did. The faith we had in you to see your work through to the end was just what we needed to fight. Ich finde es so schön, dass immer dieses auch wirklich betont wird. Niemand hätte das alleine geschafft. Das ist so, das ist Fakt. Und das merken die sich auch. I've heard the academy is actually occupied by armed assailants at one point. I was ever so worried when I first heard the news. Oh, you needn't worry about us. The academy suffered no major damage as a result of what happened. It was certainly a shock to the students, but they're all back to their usual cheery selves now. Ja, daran erinnere ich mich noch. It's finally all over. It just goes to show that if we endure, the goddess will eventually extend her hand of salvation to us all. That's reassuring to know. Poor Mr. Murdoch. Wen haben wir denn noch hier? Oh, Joshua, it's been quite some time since I last saw you. It has. I didn't know you were here, Mayor Klaus. The mayors of each of Liebel's cities and towns were invited, I believe. I'm not sure why I was when I didn't do all the... Ja, ist auch wurscht, genau. Das kürze ich jetzt mal ab. Das ist alles ganz nett und finde ich auch bei so Schlüsselfiguren wie General Morgan oder Mabel und Lila. It's a pleasure to see you again, Joshua. You too, Lila. Have you been well? I have, thank you. Although I wish I could say the same for the mayor. She collapsed from overworking herself the other day. Such I had no choice but to force her to take some time off work. That bad? I'm afraid so. She was finally able to rest and recover enough to my satisfaction. Thankfully, so she's now returned to her duties. I assure you that she's in good hands. Ja, Lilas Geschichte verfolgen wir einfach aus Prinzip schon weiter, weil darüber habe ich mal ein ganzes Video gemacht und ich finde, diese Geschichte müssen wir jetzt auch dann mitnehmen. So, wichtiges Gespräch 100%ig, denn es ist General Bright oder Brigadier Bright. Ah, Joshua. I'm surprised to see you here, Dad. I thought you said over the phone you wouldn't be able to attend because you were so swamped. Oh, swamped is an understatement. Transporting goods needs to get the country back in order, making sure every area has all the utilities it needs. I'm drowning in work. It's going to take a while longer before we can say Liebe's back to normal too, I fear. Come to think of it, Estelle and I certainly didn't expect to find soldiers even in Liebe's smaller villages, so it threw us off to see as much while we were helping out where we could. It doesn't come as a surprise if you're the one responsible though. It should go a long way toward helping people feel at ease. It's times like these when we've got to do all we can for one another, and the army is no different. With Erebonian Calvert's internal political situations a mystery to us, the reorganization of the army has had to be shelved for now too. Still, no matter how busy a man is, everyone needs to kick back in a while. So make sure you make the most of tonight, Joshua. I think you need to kick back more than I do, Dad. Estelle's been pretty worried about you too, you know? There's no need to worry about me. I'm hanging in there. In fact, I'd say I'm taking it too easy. Okay, dann haben wir den oberen Rang, wenn man so will, schon mal abgegrast. Gehen wir nach unten. Da gibt es ja auch noch ein paar Leute, zum Beispiel Kevin. Kevin? I wasn't expecting you to still be in Liebe. Oh, sup? You were invited too, huh? Makes sense. So, having fun? You better be. Take it from me. If you don't make the most of times like these and eat your heart out, you're gonna regret it later. Thank you very much for all you did for me, Kevin. If you hadn't come to Liebe when you did, I don't sweat it. Not like I did anything special. Glad to see all the side effects look about gone too. You're looking spiffy these days, Joshua. So yeah, just forget about owing me or whatever. It's all in the past now. I'm not sure if I should ask this, but are you... Joshua? I'm not gonna be in Liebe for much longer, so this might be the last time we meet for a while. But I hope we'll get the chance to see each other again one day. Yeah, I hope so too. Dann haben wir hier noch Sin. How's it going, Joshua? Hello, Zin. Thanks again for all the help you've been given with the restoration efforts. Don't know what we'd have done without you. I think nothing of it. It's all part of being a bracer, really. Can't say how much longer I'll be able to lend a helping hand, though. Gotta pack up and head back home at some point. The political situation isn't exactly stable over there, you see. Ja, das hörten wir bereits. Wen haben wir denn noch hier? Die Königin natürlich, die ist aber gerade im Gespräch. Dann, ja, den lassen wir mal weg. Bla 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 bla, genau. Das ist alles okay. Julia und Mueller. But it isn't Joshua. I was just discussing the aftermath of the crisis here with Major Vander. Fortunately, the Liebe arc's collapse caused little direct damage by itself. That might not have been the case if there had been any ships on the lake at that time, but due in part to the orbital shutdown phenomenon, none were. Finde ich übrigens auch eine schöne Erklärung, warum da keine Schiffe ist und es jetzt kein großes Desaster gab. Eigentlich wirklich gut gemacht. The tsunami afterwards was quite small too. I'd say we were rather fortunate. Still, I were able to see as much when we traveled around the lakeshore. Few people who were watching the city collapse were caught up in it. Just a small number of fishermen were splashed with water, but that's about it. Indeed, if anything, the much greater problem was the confusion that came about as a result of losing orbital power. Liebe is, after all, one of the most advanced nations on the continent when it comes to orbital technology. Ordinarily, that is one of our greatest strengths, but in this case it worked against us. The crisis has now passed, but that doesn't mean our work is done. We still have plenty ahead of us to take care of. Das ist richtig. Wen haben wir denn noch? Unser Bracer, ja, Kurt, bla 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 bla, das kürzt mal ab. Ja. Am I wrong? No, I suppose not. Es ist, Joshua fragt sich, ob er noch ein Bracer ist und bla und blub. Natürlich ist er das. Die Capuas. Hey, Joshua. I didn't expect to see you guys here. You were invited then? Sure was. An invitation just showed up out of nowhere. You can imagine our surprise when we saw the thing. No way we're returning down some high-class grub though, so we hurried on over. That's very like you. Not gonna deny it. That aside, thanks to Her Majesty pardoning us, we're now free to walk around in the open. Feels like we should start thinking about how to make a good, honest living for ourselves. It's not the first time you've said that. Something about wanting to start up a courier service, right? Well, maybe, but that's not the only thing we could try out. Whatever we settle on, it should involve flying the skies. That's how we've lived so far. I don't want to change now. Ja, das verstehe ich. Was geht mit euch? Ha, I figured that'd be the case. Looks like I'm the most fit to be at this party after all. Because I've been to plenty of high society gatherings wearing poofy dresses. Hey, don't make it sound like I've never worn a dress before. Because I have, for your information. I just don't need to go around trying to convince everyone that I'm not a boy, unlike some people I could name. Try saying I look like a boy again and see what happens. Look, you two, I appreciate that you have your differences, but we're kind in a really public, really high-class place here, so could you take this fight somewhere else? Shut up, Joshua. Oh, sorry. Finde ich auch eine schöne Geschichte. So, können wir jetzt eigentlich noch mit Kloe reden? What? You'd like to give me a comment? Well, let's see. Looks like she's been interviewed at the moment. I should leave her for now. Dann reden wir mit der Königin vielleicht. Nee, das geht auch nicht. Okay, dann habe ich... Der Plenty... Ach, das hätte ich jetzt mal nicht abkürzen sollen, ne? Egal. Ich kann es nicht ändern. Ich habe es jetzt gemacht. Ihr müsst damit leben. Ich muss da mal gucken. Mit wem habe ich denn noch nicht gesprochen? Annalise. Kevin habe ich. Ah, okay, ich musste nur einfach ein bisschen gehen. Okay, I think that's about everyone now. There were a few people I didn't get to talk to though, so hopefully I can make another round of the party later once they're free. Und jetzt wissen wir auch, wer frei ist. Oh, here we go. Come on, Dorothy, we're talking to the military guys next. Get a move on, woman. We haven't got all day. So, und jetzt können wir nämlich auch nochmal... Niall, I don't feel too good. My stomach feels like a giant bottle of water. That's what happens when you drink way too much in a short period of time, you idiot. But never mind that. We've got work to do. Okay. Sie am Leiden ist. Joshua? So, und jetzt haben wir nämlich noch das Gespräch mit Kloe, weil das muss ja auch passieren, denn es ist ja eine Erinnerung von Kloe und Joshua. Hey Kloe, finally get a bit of a break? Must be exhausting having to do one interview after another. Well, I suppose it is a little. Not too bad though, I've had to do a lot more of them ever since becoming crown princess, so I'm starting to get used to them. Can't believe it. Feels like I've been seeing your face in all kinds of papers and magazines lately. I think anyone would learn to adjust after a while. Well, you know, it probably won't be too long before it starts to die down, so just hang in there. All you can really do is grin and bear it until then, unfortunately. Yes, I know. That's exactly what I intend to do, too. I swore to myself that I would do all I could to help and protect this country's people. Accepting a few interviews here and there is the easy part. Well, if you say so, you really are strong. I'm not sure about that. I still feel as if I'm doubting myself a lot of the time. Like I just have to keep going out of my comfort zone and feeling reckless with every push. Maybe so. Still doesn't change the fact that you're strong. Not to me, anyway. Remember the strength you showed trying to protect Clem when we first met too? Thank you. I nearly forgot about that. Maybe now would be the best time after all? Yeah, something on your mind, Kloe? Could I have a little of your time, Joshua? I've got something I want to say to you. Sure, okay. This way then. Aha. Is it just me or does she seem kind of bothered by something? Yeah, where's Estelle right now anyway? Essen. I got stomachs to spare. She's picking up her pace. This could get interesting. Whose side are you on anyway? I guess I can just leave her as she is for now. She seems pretty occupied. Sie macht einfach einen Fresswettbewerb auf dem Nobel-Event. I should go and see what Kloe wants then. Have I done something to make her angry though? I don't feel like I have. Also Joshua ist wirklich der Nullchecker vor dem Herrn. Aber das haben männliche Protagonisten in dieser Reihe wirklich so an sich. Kann man sich schon mal merken. So Kloe, what was it that you wanted to tell me? Look, if I've done something to offend you, I'm sorry, alright? I love you, Joshua. What? Unangenehm. Sehr unangenehm. I'm sorry. I'm happy you feel that way, but don't worry. I knew exactly how you were going to respond before I said anything. I just felt like I had to get that out before I could really start moving on. The sky sure is beautiful tonight, isn't it? How long have you, well, felt that way? Say, Joshua, if you had met me before Estelle, do you think you would have, well... No, I'm pretty sure that never would have happened. Einfach eiskalt. Sorry. I told you, don't worry. Can't deny there's a part of me that wants to keep you all to myself. But even if that were possible, I don't think it would be what I truly wanted. Because when it comes down to it, I really love both you and Estelle. That's partly why I wanted to see that troubled face of yours one last time. It was worth the effort to bring it out too. That was probably the best expression I've seen to date. You can be kind of a bully sometimes, you know that? Maybe. This feels like the most fun I've had in some time. So, what's on your mind, Joshua? What? I can easily tell you're worried about something. My instincts are quite sharp, or so I'd like to believe. Besides, I was watching you the whole time and was handling that interview earlier. Oh, how exactly am I supposed to take that? Still, you're hiding something, aren't you? You planning on doing something all on your own again? Your instincts are sharp, alright. Still surprises me from time to time too, but you're definitely up there. Well, that's just how us girls are. So come on, tell me what's troubling you. It's nothing that major, really. I intend to leave Liebe by the end of the month. But why? The country's finally at peace now. That's exactly why I think this is the right time. Ouroboros seems to have completely withdrawn from the country. The restoration efforts are coming along smoothly, so maybe it's about time for me to leave on a journey of my own. Also willst du doch wieder abhauen, du Sausack. It's taken me a long time to get this far, but I've finally been able to start thinking of myself as a person and not some kind of broken doll. I was finally able to achieve the very thing everyone wanted for me. It's been both a good thing and a bad thing. Good in that I finally feel human, bad in that my heart's been aching in a way it never did before. Broken dolls can easily look away from all the terrible things they've done, but I can't do that anymore. Oh, that's why I need to go on this journey around the continent, so I can work towards atoning for all that I've done, so I can start embracing the person I am now, in the truest sense of the word. I see, but if you do that, that means you won't be able to see Estelle for a while. Yeah, I know. It might not even be for a while, it could be a long time. I'm still not sure how to break that to her either. That's the part that's on my mind right now. You've still got a lot growing up to do, young man. Huh? If you ask me, you should just tell her in the way that comes most naturally to you. You don't have to write some big speech in your head in advance. Speak to her from your heart. You believe in her, don't you? No matter how you phrase it, she'll understand. All you have to do is get those words out there. You owe that much to her if you love her. You know that, right? Yeah, I do. I really am hopeless, aren't I? You shouldn't have to tell me something that obvious. It wouldn't be you if you didn't have to. If I didn't have to tell you. Plus, that kind of thing's part of why I love you too. Please stop teasing me. Just remember, it'll be okay. If anyone knows you, it's Estelle. Although, if you ask me, she'll... Joshua, where are you? Zip. Oh, there you are. Look at these. They're Josette's goggles. I took them from her as spoils of war. I'm glad you were having fun, Estelle. Make sure you give those back to Josette later, okay? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Tune in to next week's issue to find out. Wait, hold on. Kloe? It's about time I return to the banquet now. You can have Joshua back now, Estelle. Sure? Hey, Kloe. So, I'm not sure how to best put this either, but thanks. I'm glad I was able to talk to you like this. Really, I am. Oh. You're very welcome. Well then, I wish you both a very pleasant night. Okay, Kloe, tschüss. The heck? So Joshua, what did you two, talk about? Oh, nothing much. She just gave me a bit of much needed motivation. Oh, really? That sure clears things up. It's been 5 years and Estelle has believed in me for every single one. And I believe in her too. Oh, no, it doesn't. What motivation? Estelle, I've got something I need to tell you. I'm all ears. What's up? Well, you see... Oh? It's Feuerwerk-Time. Oh, schön. Das sieht sogar wirklich... Wow, Fireworks. They're so pretty. Sieht wirklich schön aus, ne? Haben sie echt schön gemacht. There's so many of them too. Ich meine, es ist wahrscheinlich ziemlich einfach verglichen zu vielen anderen Sachen, aber es ist schick. Es ist einfach schick. Ja. So schön jetzt aber auch wieder nicht. So langsam könnte es vorbei sein. Ich spule es mal vor. So. You see, Estelle? Ja? Gar nichts. Side Story The Banquet finished. So nämlich. 3500 Mira. Das war's. Das war die Side Story. Damit bleibt uns nichts anderes übrig, als hier zum Bottom zu gehen. Das war das Kapitel sogar schon. Moment, jetzt muss ich mal kurz gucken. Eine Mondtür, 2 Stardoors. Warte mal, aber was war denn... Nee, okay. Okay, Stardoors sind die Sonne. Ich habe es völlig verdreht. Sonne sind die mit den Minispielen. Stardoors sind die, wo einfach eine Erinnerung ist. Und Moondoors sind die mit dem Kampf davor. Okay, haben wir. So, dann gehen wir jetzt erstmal weiter. Weil wir sind ja eigentlich immer noch in Phantasma. Und hier passieren eigentlich völlig andere verrückte Dinge. Das ist übrigens der Raum aus dem ersten Teil. Hier waren die Türme. Hier kam der Boss aus dieser Tür raus. Und hier, wo eigentlich dieser Zentralcomputer war, ist jetzt ein Teleport. Well, this should take us to the third plane. Funny how this warp ended up being in the exact spot that device to seal the aureola was in the real world. Was habe ich gesagt? Genau das. Device? Are you referring to the first barrier mentioned in that report? Yeah, the one designed to temporarily freeze it in another dimensional space. Although, unfortunately, for the guys who pulled it off, it looks like even that wasn't enough to stop the Gospels being able to influence it. I see. We still don't know what happened to the aureola either. There seem to be many who think that the Liebe are collapsing means that the aureola itself is no more, too. Which is possible, I suppose. All we really know is that judging by how shaken Weisman was, something unexpected happened. Beyond that, nothing. I fear Professor Weisman may be the only one who knows the truth about exactly what happened. Although I don't have the faintest idea where he could be now or what he's doing there. What? But the report said quite clearly... No one in the church is sure what happened to him either. It's still being looked into. Still, I think it's fairly safe to say that Weisman isn't involved in what's happening right here. If he were he, I'm sure he'd be openly revealing every second of this. You all know what kind of guy he is. That's true. He doesn't really have anything to gain by wearing a mask like that, I suppose. We've got way too many unanswered questions at this point. All we can do is keep looking for answers. The less we know, the more we have to be on guard, though. So we'd best be careful. Right, Reese? I suppose so. Weil Reese und Kevin wissen natürlich genau, was mit Weisman passiert ist. Und alleine, dass das hier schon nicht verrät, wirft natürlich enorm viele Fragen wieder auf. Also sehr, sehr schön gemacht. Wir gehen in die dritte Ebene, die da aussieht wie folgt. Where are we now? Something similar to the Jade Corridor by the look of it. Kevin, over there. Golden and Silver Roads. Exakt das. Wir müssen jetzt 2 Teams aufsplitten und beide Wege gleichzeitig gehen, beziehungsweise im Spiel heißt es natürlich dann, dass wir uns aufteilen. So. Golden and Silver Gate? Well, this is foreboding. Again? Zoom. Da ist er wieder. Oh, the ghost we saw in the ground sill. Visitors from afar. Bearers of the Grail emblem. Can you hear me? Yeah, we can. Before you stands the entrances to the twin corridors. Proceed through them both in sync, or never shall you reach the dark depths beyond. Okay. I entrust their operation to the monument before you step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. But beware. Once you have stepped through the doors, the trial must be completed. Also, ne, wir können dann wahrscheinlich nicht nochmal zum Garten. Oh. Well, that's one question answered. That voice we've been hearing all this time was hers. Although now the next question is, who is she anyway? Whoever she is, she gave us some valuable advice on how to proceed. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. And I say we take her up on that advice. Moving in sync means we're gonna have to split up though. Or more like a reason I have to each take a door at the same time while you guys tag along with whoever. That's how I took it too. If we don't do it the way she said, I doubt we'll be able to advance. Hey, they sure aren't making it easy for us, huh? That means we're going to need to split up us too so that you guys don't go in alone. still not the most ideal situation when there are only 4 of us and things are so dangerous, but it's what we have to do. Why not ask the rest back at the garden to help us? That way we could form 2 groups of 4 and that should hopefully be good enough for any challenges up ahead. But that voice said that Kevin and I needed to be the ones who stepped through the gates. Sure, but that's all all she specified, that you and me needed to go through different ones. She didn't say anything about what these guys have to do. Plus, there's no telling what's waiting for us on the other side. We could use their help. Alright then, thank you. Not a problem. So what should we do? Should we call everyone here right away? Even if we did, I wouldn't blame them if they wanted some time to prep before heading out. Especially since I've got a hunch that once we go in those gates, there's no going back. So instead of calling them here, let's go back to them. Then we'll all come here once we feel up to the challenge. The third plane. The dungeon on this plane requires you to form 2 parties with Kevin and Reese as their leaders in order to advance. Each of the characters you have at this point will need to be placed in one of these parties. Furthermore, after beginning the dungeon, you won't be able to return to the garden until it is complete. To begin exploring, inspect the monument at the start of the third plane. Choose Explore Third Plane. Ziemlich simpel. Und der perfekte Punkt, um zu sagen, wie wir diese dritte Ebene, diese Third Plane, auskundschaften werden, bezwingen werden, besiegen werden, das ist etwas, was wir in Folge Nummer 10 dann schon machen. Und deswegen bedanke ich mich ganz herzlich, dass ihr dabei wart. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß. Ich hoffe, euch hat auch wirklich dieser Epilog zum vorherigen Spiel gefallen. Ich fand dieses Bankett echt ganz toll. Ja, man hätte noch ein bisschen mehr quatschen können, aber das zieht natürlich alles noch mehr in die Länge. Und beim nächsten Mal geht es dann auch wieder mit der Hauptstory bzw. diesem Dungeon weiter. In diesem Sinne, danke fürs dabei sein. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.